With the new education, teachers will no longer exist. At the moment, they're being turned into facilitators. A teacher is somebody that gives you information, it imparts information. A facilitator is someone that helps you with your study. The future of education is going to be online, and that's going to go into AI education. To get online education, you need 5G. So now you can see the link between 5G and education, because the education they want to give you is going to be an augmented education.
Also, there's virtual learning and virtual reality to teach welding, to teach different types of surgery or doing biological dissections.
And for that to happen, you need to have 5G. Also, not to leave any student behind in order that they can have any education that they want, you also have to put 5G in the countryside, up mountains, lampposts, trees, parks, forests and jungles, so that all people have access to this brilliant education which is coming in.
There currently is a homework gap where students in rural remote areas don't have access to the same connectivity as other students would have.
At the moment, a cell phone can give a student more information than a teacher can. So on the level of knowledge and education, a teacher just doesn't suffice next to a cell phone and Wikipedia. AI is going to help teachers. It's going to take away some of the mundane and boring jobs. It's going to do the marking, it's going to give the feedback, it can answer some questions. It can see where the student is faltering. A teacher might not be able to have their eyes on 30 students or 70 students, depending on how many they have. But AI will be able to monitor every single student, and that's very dangerous, because in order to monitor the student, the AI has to pick up patterns, thinking patterns, and it has to look at the student over a long period of time. These thinking patterns can then intimately know the student, and then the AI can obviously give the student bits of information for it to catch up on work that it needs to do. But the AI would also probably be able to start influencing the thoughts of those students. So if it saw the students starting to have ideas that it didn't think were part of the general consensus or the modern narrative, it could then start introducing information to counter those thoughts in order to influence the child. Teachers are very dangerous. Teachers have their own views. Teachers have a human-to-human contact. The future of education is not going to be all human-to-human contact, and they would like to get rid of human contact because the human puts in elements which are difficult, which are unmanageable, which are chaotic. A simulation or an AI will always give the same type of information. It will have consistency about it, and that's the sort of consistency they want, because they want to bring out students that are all the same, that fit into the society. Education has always been about programming people to fit into the society. It's never been really about education. Education means to bring out of your body. It means for you to think, for you to rationalize, for you to develop your own thoughts. But education doesn't give you your own thoughts. It gives you thoughts, or it allows you to have thoughts within a very limited boundaries. But most of the data it gives you, it's telling you that that's true. For instance, data about the First and Second World War. That is the modern narrative. That is what happened. It doesn't talk about Hitler's esoteric ideals or aims or anything like that, which may be very interesting on a metaphysical level. As free speech becomes more and more censored in schools and universities, AI will solve that problem. Teachers will not have to speak anymore, and AI will give all of the information. AI is going to be sold as being able to elicit the genius inside of the students. Each student will be carefully monitored, and it will have a hyper-specialized class made for it by this AI. All of the resources will be on the internet as well in case the student needs, and the student will be able to go and revise classes that it may have missed, or to redo classes if it hasn't understood the class. Therefore, AI is being sold as the answer to education. But every year, every generation, different types of education are sold as answers to the educational system, A-levels, GCSEs, universities, but it's not. It just suits the society at that period of time. AI will be building up information about you throughout your whole life, which will allow perhaps employees or employers to go and look at your past history. Everything will be online, everything will be recorded. You'll have given up all your freedoms, you'll have given up your privacy. In fact, you must give up your privacy in order for AI to develop patterns of your thinking, in order to better find hyper-specialized classes for you. Hyper-specialized classes are needed because the world in the future, the jobs are going to be hyper-specialized jobs. So from a very young age, you'll be able to start forging your job opportunities. In fact, what AI could do is it could ask you what job you wanted, and then it could work back, giving you the resources and the lessons in order to get to the place that you think at a very young age you want to be. It'll probably be more likely that AI will tell you a list of jobs that you can do and that you are suited to, and you can choose one of them, and then it will start developing you for the job market. The future of education is going to be people that educate themselves through life. You're not going to finish school and then that's it. You're going to have to keep going, because the speed of change, the speed of technology, the speed of AI will need people to constantly keep up with it and to fill new jobs that most likely will come along. Therefore, education will need to be done online, and for that you need to have 5G, and you need to train people now to get used to online education so they can continue doing it throughout their lives.
5G will open the door for augmented and virtual realities to expand our students' learning and to give them a leg up on what they need to be successful in life.